Alright guys, so today we'll talk about the basic concept of growth. This is a great way to just get started, get clear on the terms, which terms we're going to use, what means what, and just get a bit on the same page about all these things. So first, I hear the question very often, what is actually the difference between growth and marketing, right? And I think that it's very important to clarify this. While everyone will have their own perspective, I think there is just a significant difference what it means in reality in between people who say they do marketing and they do growth. Some call themselves both, including me sometimes. Now, the main difference goes like this. So marketing is really something a bit more traditional. It's mainly referred to as an area of activity where you do content, where you're responsible for branding, lead generation, all those traditional things. And it's also counted as a bit more traditional stack of responsibilities, while growth is really something a bit less defined, a bit less hard defined. And what this really means is that there are many different ways you can actually do growth in a company. And this is not only marketing activities. So this is, I would say, it's a combination of art and science here. And this can also mean that you are doing many different things from, product marketing to sales enablement to like literally helping with product strategy or something else. So growth is really a different scope of responsibility that you can take. Now, the major difference is really the mentality. So I think the mentality differs in terms of like, okay, this is my job. Let's say I'm a content marketer, so I just produce content, push it out on a blog, everything's fine. As a growth person, you're doing it a little bit differently. So you're generally looking at a company's North Star metric. And to give you a good idea of that, let's take, for example, any software company. Their North Star metric could be having a certain amount of MRR, right? So monthly recurring revenue. And then if MRR is the metric, then what you are doing is you're not saying, hey, look, I just get more leads. You actually look at the funnel holistically and you start analyzing where you can make most impact. And this could be literally on, marketing side, just doing what you're doing or helping out other colleagues. This could actually going out, talking to the product team and helping them out, or talking to the tech team and trying to, help them understand, buy into some cases, delivering some new features, which could enrich the amount of leads. Or this could literally be helping HR to find the person you're struggling to find for 6 months. And so as a growth person, you are really thinking wider about how to achieve the company goals. And you're really more focused on the bottom line than only your goals. And then what this also means, and just in the example I described, it also means you're working through all these bottlenecks to actually solve problems that might exist not necessarily in your area or stage of the funnel, but also in others. And another thing that always happens with growth people is they do work across different teams. Doesn't mean now you're not a member of a marketing growth team anymore, but it actually means that you're almost always directly interacting with product, customer success, sales, and other teams wherever necessary to actually achieve what the company needs to achieve. And then it's really the way of thinking that makes growth people different from marketing people, because it's a lot more hacky, it's less traditional, it's more like, okay, let's get shit done. And this is a big difference. Now, don't get me wrong, some marketing people can be exactly like this too, but the general way this works in the industry, especially in between, let's say, more traditional, bigger companies and startups, is exactly like this. So growth is different from marketing in this way.